Hey, what's up, everybody? We're talking today about Control on the Switch, the cloud version. The first question really I had in my mind was simply, how does it run? Well, for me, it runs with no real problems. Actually, it does have that minor latency, and this takes place once in a while, and this is kind of to be expected in this style of game, this style of gaming, I should say. And like I said, it only happens once in a while, and it never stopped the experience from being immersive. This minor latency that took place. Um, so the game runs fine for me. Not only does it run fine, but I play it wireless, so I have no problems playing it in handheld mode, and it looks good in handheld. Whether you play, well, for me anyway, this is my personal experience. Whether I play it in performance mode or graphics mode, in handheld, it looks great either way. It is only 720, of course, handheld, but it's a small screen, so it looks crispy. Um, and the fact is, for me, I don't really take my Switch, or really at all. I don't take my Switch anywhere with me, so it's always at home on the property. So the net's always available. The internet's never a question for me. A connection is always there, no matter where I'm at on the property. Um, this is all nice to play some games on the Switch, and it's cool for that. But does it is it something that I would purchase on a regular basis? No, simply because you never really own the game, and we'll talk more about that again, or I'll at least, I'm sure, mention it again later on. Um, it does have a downside though, and like I said, I only got this really to test it and to truly just give it a run for its money, see how it goes. Like I said, I do it all wireless, and how does that work out for me? For the most part, it works out just fine. The latency doesn't get in the way. So I downloaded this just to do a test kind of on it, a $40 test, I guess. And it turns out that I really like this game. This game itself is excellent. Um, anyway, but we never own a cloud game. See, this is where all the fun for me stops. This is where it all ends. You never really own it. You're just kind of borrowing it. You're renting it, sort of. Because if the server doesn't have it anymore, then you just don't get to play it anymore, right? So, like I said, the game is $40, and the good thing about having it on Switch is if you're a cloud gamer, that it has no other fees with it. You don't have to pay for the Nintendo service. You don't have to pay for any other services, and then pay $40 like you're purchasing a game. Um, Cloud gaming for me can only really be secondary, and meaning that I have to have a console or a PC, something that I play on that is native, that the games play directly on. Simple as that, right? So if Nintendo had a service of some sort where they would have games kind of put into that service, that could be cool for certain gamers. Now, for me, xCloud could be good. Once again, we're talking about gaming on the cloud. And that would be great for me because I'm going to pick up a Series X, and in one portion of the house, I'll have the Series X. And if I want to go to another room and play it, I can go ahead and do that on the cloud. And still, with the price of Game Pass being cheap enough, I can still go ahead and purchase the hard copy of these games. You know, I like to collect the games, so I like to have the physical copy of the game. So that's the way I'm going with this, going with it this time around. So as far as cloud gaming goes, it is really only for me secondary. It can never take place of the actual having hardware and software. Even if you own a digital copy, it's better than borrowing a cloud game, I should say, unless it's integrated into what you're already doing. Game Pass, well, it does that, and that's nice. I really dig that. Like if my son, if he wants to play a specific game in a different room, and we have the equipment that he can play it in there, and he can just utilize the cloud. That would be great. Simple, you know. Wait, you know what? We just hit a problem because I decided to go ahead and play this game for a little bit before I actually talked about it. But the problem is that I sat down on a Friday night to go ahead and play the game. It was all set, blah blah blah, and the server was overcrowded. So I had a pop-up note that told me the game is set on low settings and the game looks rough, it plays rough, and there's no way to actually play the game this way. And another thing that we had to happen was when we sat down on that same Friday night, you get put in a queue because the server is once again overcrowded. So do you take the chance and then not get to play the game, or do you play the game at horrible settings that are really unplayable? Um, so this did happen only a couple of times. Restarted the app, and the first few times I was able to get back in with no real issue. And another thing is with cloud gaming, if you leave the game on pause and you have to run and go do something in the house or wherever it is you are, whatever it is you're doing, if you're on pause too long, then you sign out. So you may or may not lose whatever it is that you've had that you've been saving. So good luck with it if you decide to play on the cloud. Have fun. This particular game itself is excellent, and I am currently playing it on the Switch simply because I've spent $40 on it. But would I purchase it on a different system? Yeah, without a doubt. Pick it up on the PS4 or the Xbox, either way, and you can play it on the PS5 or the Series X and see if it looks any better or plays any better. Have a good one, guys.